Hi, it's Liek here. Today I'm going to do a flip through one of my sketchbooks. And this sketchbook I did quick sketches freehand just to do some practicing of portraits and some figures. I started it in December last year and I finished it in November of this year. I hope you enjoy watching my work. For this one I used a very old picture of myself, just for fun. These are some more rough sketches. These are done with color pencil, with a sharper point, so you get more details. Trying different angles to practice. This is done with a mechanical pencil. I like to work with mechanical pencils because you always have a very sharp point. You can get a lot of details. I always browse the internet, apps like Pinterest, and then I will collect pictures of portraits or figures that inspire me, and then I will use them as reference photos for when I do my sketching or drawing or painting. And it's not my goal to make them photorealistic copies. I just use them for inspiration. Now, to learn the proportion of the face and to see where are the highlights, where are the shadows. Sometimes I do really rough sketches, and sometimes I do more detailed sketches like I done here. And I also like to play with different colors, or just with graphite. This was a fun one because it's not my usual style, but it's fun to try some different things. I also like to draw ants, so I try to include them in my portraits so I can practice them at the same time. So these were all done in the first few months, and then in the summer months I've been working in other art journals, and then I picked this one up again in October of this year. And I got myself some colored mechanical pencils from Pilot, and I really enjoyed working in these colored mechanical pencils. Because like I said, you always have a sharp point when you work in mechanical pencils, but it's fun to do it in color this time. This was a difficult one because a large part of this picture was covered in dark and shadows. I also like this one. It's leaving a lot of the paper white and only using the shadows to indicate the facial features. Because they are sketches, you know, I just left the marks. They were not white. I did not use any eraser. I hope you can see the light colors. I love this pink one. Some of the sketches I only took about 5 minutes, others they took longer. So most of them were done, I think, in about 15 minutes or so. And sometimes I do a few at one evening, and then days go by without practicing in this sketchbook, because I'm working in a lot of art journals at the same time. But I think it's fun to have a sketchbook where you can really just practice without worrying if it's okay. Because the more you draw, the more you practice, the better you get at it and start to understand your subject and the proportions. And so keeping a sketchbook is very useful. I used to do this on loose sheets of paper, cheap copy paper, cheap printing paper. But now I like to keep them or practice them in a sketchbook so I can keep it all together. Some figures. These were done really fast. Sometimes a few lines is enough. You don't have to make it complicated. I thought this one was a funny one. I really like a face expression. So, and on the last page, I used it to swatch some different pencils I have and pens and to see what bleeds through or not. So I think it's also very handy to do this in the back of your sketchbook, so you can see what works and what doesn't on the particular paper you are using. So this sketchbook was from Kunst en Papier. It's a German brand. 150 GSM, 35% cotton, and 128 pages. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed watching my work. So thank you for watching, and until the next time. Bye.